Well, good morning and welcome to the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce and Industries breakfast this morning, coinciding with the Mayor's State of the City address. We welcome you, we're glad you've come, and we look forward to hearing from Mayor Geronti. Tom Geronti has served as the mayor of the city of Joliet since May of 2011. He was previously an elected city councilman at large from 1996 to 2011 and was a commissioner on the Joliet Park District Board from 1990 to 97 and president of the Park District Board from 94 to 95. He is a retired member of the Joliet Fire Department who served between 1970 and 1992, was also president of Joliet Firefighters Local 44 between 1990 and 1996, and secretary of the Joliet Police and Fire Board from 95 to 97. Tom is a native of Joliet, a graduate of Joliet Junior College, married to his wife Rose. They have 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and believe it or not, 1 great-grandchild. I invite you, following the address, to adjourn to the lower level of City Hall, the first level, and enjoy a continental breakfast. So please plan to stay and greet each other. In the meantime, I present to you the Honorable Tom Geronti.
Thank you, Russ. And thank everyone for coming. I hope you don't mind me sitting up here to do this. I have a little knee problem, doctor's appointment after this. Of course, if I was over there, this would be about half as long because I wouldn't be able to stand up throughout the whole thing. So that's the bad news. But thanks again, Russ, and thank all of you for coming. You know, last year's State of the City address was the first by a mayor of Joliet, and I plan on doing this every year because I want to communicate with the members of the business community and all Joliet residents. This year's State of the City, again sponsored by the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce, and please join me in thanking Russ Slinkard and his staff for all they did to make this happen. And as Russ said, I hope all of you will join us for a little breakfast after this is over. 2 years ago, before I took office, the city of Joliet was facing a $17 million budget gap. During my campaign for mayor, people would ask me the same questions. Are you crazy? Who would want to be mayor of the city of Joliet at a time like this when the city's so deep in the hole? The answer was simple. I wanted to be mayor because I love Joliet, and I firmly believe that as your mayor, I could bring all parties together to work out our problems and get this great city headed in the right direction. I knew we couldn't do it overnight, and my best guess at that time, it would take up to 2 years. So here we are 2 years later, and I am proud to report that by working together with our outstanding city manager, Tom Thanis, and his staff, a round of applause for them, please. With the members of the Joliet City Council, as well as organized labor, the city of Joliet is stable. We are stable because we have successfully balanced the 2013 budget without a tax increase or cutting city services. It's been a long process filled with tough decisions, difficult compromise, and hard work, and I would like to publicly congratulate everyone who helped me get this job done. Let me be clear. Make no mistake, stable, don't mistake stable for financially secure. Our budget may be balanced, we are not even close to long-term financial security, and we still have to watch our spending. One positive sign is that our general revenue funds are close to returning to their pre-recession level. We received a little help from better than expected sales tax revenues. State of Illinois reduced the gap on outstanding income tax payments by more than expected. More real estate transactions, more transfer taxes, Building permits are up. Hotel motel taxes are up thanks to the increase in tourism. What has not helped is the yearly reduction in gaming revenue. And gaming revenue is down because the number of licenses are up, and we are about to receive more. Senator Terry Link's bill is to expand gaming in Illinois was voted out of the executive session and now goes to the full Senate. If approved, it will cut Joliet's gaming revenue by 25% a year, or $5 million. We will have to see substantial cuts and make up the $5 million loss. The new bill adds 13 potential gaming venues to Illinois, adding plus the 10 existing casinos. But despite the expansion of gaming, the longest economic downturn since the Great Depression and a devastating fire, both Hollywood and Harrah's remain world-class gaming properties and two of Joliet's major employers. They have been good neighbors, and they continue to reinvest in our city. I thank them all for all they do for the city of Joliet. It would be hard to find anyone, whether they're in a business family, that hasn't been hurt by this recession. We understand this, which is why, more than ever, city government takes a business-like approach to every dollar we spend. And as many business person know, the biggest item in the budget is employees. Over the past year, we have had honest, frank discussions with labor. We have signed collective bargaining agreements with the two police unions, one fire union, and the other fire union we have a tentative agreement. They have agreed 2 years with no raises, which is going to save the city $2.5 million over the term of the contracts. We have also tightened the belts at City Hall. We are leaner and more efficient than ever before. Although we have worked to reduce current labor costs, we still have some significant pension obligations that we must meet each year for our retirees. As you can see, they have greatly increased over the past few years and will continue to do so. Our business-like approach applies to everything we do, including procurement. For example, we recently contracted with a firm to manage every computer printer in City Hall. The end results, a $33,000 savings. The results of our commitment to cutting costs are beginning to show. Over the past 2 years, Joliet has gone from a $17 million deficit to our current $30 million reserve fund, or a 2-month operating budget. We would like that to be more, but there are many cities that have less. Despite seeing a drop in our major revenue streams, we have not been dormant during the recession. If we spend money, we spend it wisely, and we find smarter ways to fund our purchases. Let's start with the recent makeover of the city council chambers that include a technology facelift that allows for better audio and video presentations. It allows residents to watch city council meetings live or review past meetings on their schedule on the city's website. All of those renovations were paid for by using revenue streams, including capital contributions from the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. So instead of this room being dark most of the time, it is used almost every day of the week. Joliet city government is more transparent than ever. Joliet city government is more transparent than ever thanks to our new website and interactive features. The agenda packet is available online before each council meeting, and the city's checkbook is posted online for everyone to see. Videos of all City Hall meetings are available for viewing any place in the world. There's also a searchable feature that allows viewers to find specific topics of the meetings. And if you haven't been in downtown Joliet for a while, you may have noticed that work is well underway for one of the biggest development efforts Joliet has seen in a long time. Entertainment will always be our downtown's primary attraction, thanks to the beautiful Rialto Square Theater, our great restaurants, Silver Cross Field, and many special events. But over the next few years, downtown will also become known as a center for transportation and education. First, transportation. The Joliet Gateway Transportation Center, a $55 million project that was fully funded before we broke ground last year. The entire development, which will include the existing Union Station, will cover 6 city blocks. This will be the first stop on the high-speed rail out of Chicago. The State of Illinois' Jobs Now grant will pay for $37 million of the work, while the city will contribute $7.5 million from the 2008 annexation agreement with CenterPoint Properties. The Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad will contribute $2.2 million. Extended train boarding areas will stretch as far as Van Buren Street for the Metra Heritage Corridor Line and Eastern Avenue for the Metra Rock Island Line. The new train station will be built across the tracks to the east of Union Station. A bus station will be south of Union Station with the turnaround extended to Marion Street. We will also work to open up Chicago Street so residents and visitors can go from the north end of downtown to I-80 and beyond. I will work with the county officials, Chief Judge Richard Schoenstead, to move this forward. Phase 1A surface lots will be finished by 2014 to 2015, and the construction of the new bus terminal will be put out to bid soon. Next, education. Thanks to a major commitment from Joliet Junior College, a new $58 million 6-story building will become the new City Center campus. Once completed, it will bring 500 students to downtown Joliet that will attend their culinary arts department and workforce services. Construction of the new building should start this year. University of St. Francis is expanding in downtown. Since 2009, the Art and Design program has been housed in a specially renovated space in the historic Rialto Theater. Last fall, the University of St. Francis accepted the donation of the Mode building from BMO Harris Bank that will house business and recreation administration programs. Renovation should begin soon. As the county seat, Joliet remains the center of activity with our county government and court system. I will continue to work closely with County Executive Larry Walsh and the Will County Board, and I thank them for their commitment to keeping their main offices in downtown Joliet. But the city center isn't the only construction done. The redevelopment of former Silver Cross Hospital grounds is well underway. The Aunt Martha's Youth Service Center and Healthcare Center is a $5 million project scheduled to open this spring. It will bring badly needed healthcare services to those who can't afford it. The new VA outpatient clinic opened last week on the site of the former Silver Cross Hospital. The new clinic is 6 times larger than the former clinic and will provide convenient access to the latest medical care for those 6,000 brave veterans who receive local health care each year. Across the street from the new VA clinic is where the Canadian National Railroad would take the outdated EJ&E rail yard from the early 1900s and turn it into a modern intermodal facility. This is a multi-million-dollar project that will create hundreds of construction jobs and permanent jobs once completed. It is no secret that in just a few short years, the railroad and transportation industries have become important elements to Joliet's economy. The CenterPoint Intermodal Center is the single largest investment ever made in our city, and the investment has worked. CenterPoint is the nation's largest inland port and is also the 3rd busiest port in the United States, with 17 million square feet of warehousing space, serving companies such as Home Depot, APL, DeLong, Stepan, and Union Pacific. Why is CenterPoint so attractive to these major corporations? It takes 70 to 100 hours for freight to travel from the West Coast rail facilities to Joliet. Then it takes another 70 to 100 hours for that same freight to travel by rail from Joliet to the eastern edge of Chicago. By locating a distribution center facility at CenterPoint, companies can bypass the congestion of Chicago rail traffic and deliver their goods faster and cheaper. Last year, CenterPoint had 600,000 lifts. This year, they are expected to do more than 1 million. Centerpoint has been a good neighbor and a great corporate citizen. They have performed significant road and infrastructure improvements in and around the intermodal. And they also created jobs and tax revenues for our schools. These are permanent, good-paying jobs with businesses that are also high consumers of utilities. This translates into greater revenue for Joliet through the utility tax. Another major project that will happen soon is the Combined Sewer Overload, CSO. This is a federally mandated project that's going to cost the city $50 million. We're going to have to put an 8-foot tunnel under the Des Plaines River that will connect the near west side storm sewer to the east side sewage treatment plant. We are currently working with the state of Illinois for a low-interest loan. No bonds will be issued, and water rates will not go up to fund this project. The construction projects in downtown and throughout our city are real and will have a positive effect on our economy. They have a combined total value of several hundred million dollars. They will employ hundreds of local union construction workers and bring good-paying jobs when they are completed. So for those of you who are saying we need to rebuild Joliet, all I want to say is wake up, smell the coffee, the shovels are in the ground, the workers are on the job sites, the rebuilding has begun, and we are using non-traditional ways to fund them, and there's much more to come. Joliet's big business climate is heating up. Since taking office, I have worked constantly to attract new retail stores, but we need more than a persistent mayor pounding the streets. That is why we have redirected the portion of our budget that helps the Will County Center for Economic Development to hire an economic developer that will work solely to develop downtown Joliet and helping our existing businesses and attracting new businesses to the city of Joliet. We've interviewed several potential candidates. We've got it narrowed down, but we're still looking for the right person who has the skills and connections to attend industry shows and bring the kind of retail shopping and jobs worthy of the 4th largest city in the state of Illinois. Whoever gets the job will also work with our great lineup of existing businesses and are seeking increased revenue lately. The Autobahn is a tremendous success story. They have acquired new land expansion, and they keep growing despite the recession. In fact, last night at our council meeting, we voted to allow the annexation, and I commented to Mark Basso. I remember 9 years ago when the Autobahn approached our council and advised us what they wanted to do, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm glad it's not my money that I'm investing in there, but they are really doing well. They have over 400 members now. They have 2 building permits for new Taj Mahals, as they call them, that will start soon, and they are really doing well. They are a great asset to the city of Joliet. Joliet's automobile dealerships reported strong sales in 2012, and it's continuing in 2013. Retail space in the Louis Joliet Mall is at a premium. The mall is 98% occupied and ranks as one of the top 10 Chicago area malls for sales per square foot. I want to repeat that. It's 98% occupied and ranks as one of the top 10 Chicago area malls for sales per square foot. Available square footage in the local strip malls also continues to be at a premium because Joliet is a great place to open a business. Chipotle opened last year on Plainfield Road near the mall, and they have a line out the door almost every day. I worked hard to bring Tony Finer Foods here. We went up to visit their store. Of course, it helped that the gentleman's name that runs them is Dominic Gambino. We hit it off right away. We invited them here. They have 9 stores in the area, and the grand opening here in Joliet was the biggest one they had of all 9. The intersection of Route 59 and Caton Farm Road has become one of Joliet's busiest, from traffic counts to retail sales. The Jefferson Street corridor is reporting strong activity. A Tuesday morning store will open soon in the Northridge Plaza on Larkin Avenue. And I'll be honest, I had to ask Jim what a Tuesday morning store is because I had no clue. So, Hamburger lovers will be happy to hear that Five Guys is set to open April 15th in the former KFC store across from Steak and Shake. We lost My Gopher store last month. It was the only one of its kind in the United States, and we have been talking with various people to redevelop that area, including the parking lots on the outskirts of the mall. The Cass and Collins Street shopping corridor is also doing well, and the east side presents one of our greatest opportunities to grow. And speaking of the east side, the Woodruff Road realignment is bringing construction jobs to the area, reducing the frustrating wait at the railroad crossing for the freight trains. The Collins Street prison continues to be a challenge, but I want to personally thank Representative Larry Walsh Jr. for helping us connect with the state officials so we can try to secure the building and find a long-term solution. I want to just announce we have someone that's very interested in that piece. He's got some great ideas, but first we need to get the state to turn it over to the city of Joliet so we can sit down and talk to this person. Developing the U.S. Steel site remains a priority with me. We've tried working with the IEPA and U.S. Steel to develop that site. We've run into brick walls. We've made every effort to avoid legal procedures, but I think we're not going to have any option but to take them to court and take every legal step available to us to get them to tear down some of them buildings and clean up that area. In order for any city to secure their future, they must have quality schools. I am proud of our educational institutions and work our teachers and administrators do. District 86 continues the upward trend of their student achievement scores. Eisenhower Academy has been acknowledged for their academic excellence by Chicago Magazine and the Illinois State Board of Election. They have hired 68 new teachers. The district approved a new 3-year strategic plan to guide them and have successfully increased security in all the school buildings. District 204 has 31 advanced placement scholars and 69 Illinois State scholars this year. They're one of over 300 schools on the Chicago Board advanced list. The College Board's advanced list. Central and West were on the list of best high schools in 2012. JTHS is on the Chicago Tribune's top 100 workplace list. All freshmen received laptops this year, and all students will have them by 2014. And the Joliet Township High School Band is celebrating 100 years of musical excellence. Joliet Catholic Academy, their graduation rate is 100%. 98% of students go to the college of their choice. The average GPA is 3.71. They have 37 Illinois State scholars this year, and they have some pretty good athletes over there too. Joliet Junior College, America's first junior college, had a busy year. I assisted in the groundbreaking of the City Center campus in January. Their 120,000 square foot health and professional center just opened. University of St. Francis commits $13 million each year to assist students. Thanks to grants from Harris and the Will County Board, the Downtown Art Gallery is being renovated and is expected to open for senior student art shows this spring. And after 11 years of leadership to the University of St. Francis, President Michael Vinciguerra will retire at the end of this academic year. Mike will be missed. He was very active in Joliet. He did a great job for the University of St. Francis. I'm happy to say he's not going to leave the area. He's going to stay in the area, and we're looking forward to working with him. Last year, I stood before you and announced that Joliet is open for business. We are. I constantly meet with developers and businesses and show them why Joliet is a great place to open any business. Those that have come into town are doing very well, and I hope to have more good news to report later this year. Jim, did you stick these pages together before? But the most important announcement I can make today as mayor is that the city of Joliet is providing a much more transparent government for our residents, and we are running the city hall like a business. In the old days, the city would plan to build or to do something and let the taxpayers pay for it. That's not the way to run a business. Today, we are focusing on smarter ways to pay for progress. We have established our finances. We have stabilized our finances, but there's more to be done. We have opened City Hall to the public so residents can stay connected to their city on the internet from anywhere in the world. We are bringing the future to our downtown and beyond with redevelopment. We are attracting new businesses to our retail centers throughout all areas of Joliet. This is a side point. We continue to work, my staff and I, we've met with so many different businesses. A good example, we just voted last night for a $28 million frozen storage facility that's going to go out by Cherry Hill. There's another one we're working with. I work with restaurants. You know, I've had grocery stores. You know, a lot of people come to me and say, we need an Olive Garden. I've had Olive Garden in my office for 45 minutes. We're close. Trader Joe's, Tommy Nevins, the list goes on. The list goes on. We don't stop. My executive assistant, Jim, is constantly on the internet contacting people to get them in our office to sit down and talk to us. And we'll continue to do that. You know, I was born and raised here. I love this city, and I'm going to do anything I can to make it better. I am proud of the progress that we have made. I will continue to work hard, make Joliet a great place to live, work, and raise a family. And I am honored to serve as your mayor. And thank you very much. And let's go down and eat.
Mayor, thank you so much for your openness, for sharing with us, for recognizing the business community as you called attention to so many great businesses here in Joliet, along with our education community, who does an outstanding job for us in so many ways, and for tantalizing us with Olive Garden and Tommy Nevins and other hopefuls that we hope will be in our community very soon. Thank you for your leadership, you and the council. Let's have breakfast.